Mic check. Check one, mic check one, mic check one. Mic check one, yeah, check. Check 1 2, microphone check. Microphone check 1 2, microphone check 1 2. Track audio is clear. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and I'd like to welcome you all here to a currently wet and windy corner of Wigan for round 5 of Drift League GB 2025 here at 3 Sisters Circuit. This is our Class 1 day. This will be the drivers running the open tyre class, means they can run semi-slick tyres if they wish. We're hopefully going to see, once the patchiness has dried up on the track, lots of power, lots of smoke and lots of noise. My name is Harry Clayton, and I will be joined this particular round by Mr. Javis Williams. This stream is presented by Reinhold Media, and we'd like to thank Reinhold Media for their continued support this year. So we will start, as we always do, by looking back. So first things first, unfortunately there's no championship implication to be decided as far as the winner's concerned, as Harry Kerr has managed to pull himself out an insurmountable points lead. Harry Kerr first 195, then we have Jamie Stanton, Nerijus Volyukavicius, Arunas Namatas, Sonny Moore, Stefan Stefanov, Jack Bennett, Harry Love, Maximus, Stephen Lynch, Chrissy Nayland, Martin Wanacott, Ryan Burgess, Will Gibbs, Matthew Smith, Harvey Moore, Kuba Kozlowski, Matt Smart, Danny Grundy, Josh Dunning, Joe Smith, Hayden Renton, Paul Cunnington, Shane Faber, Ryan Hughes, Toby Walker, Matt Denham, Stephen McConnell, Paul Seymour, Jamie Briggs, Petrus and Bradley Wall. So now down to the runners and riders for this particular event. We have number 202, Thomas Taverner, Ben Mears, Martin Wanacott, Matt Smith, Carl Farrar bringing 2 cars, Matt Walker, that will be Cat Matt for those who don't know, Matt Walker in the E30, Jojo McDonald, Ryan Burgess, Stefan Stefanov, Jamie Briggs, Andrea Fabry, Nerijus Volyukavicius, Stephen Lynch, Ryan Toporowski, who's unfortunately not managed to make it though due to car issues, Jack Bennett, Axel Hildebrand, Josh Dunning, Matthew Walker, that's Banger Matt Walker in the S14 Matt, Joe Smith, Jamie Stanton, Sonny Moore, Harry Love, Will Gibbs, Kuba Kozlowski, Chrissy Nayland, Bartek Sivio, Damien McKernan, Maximus Bazookas, Callum Allenby, JJ Stevens, Matt Matsori, Peter Malloy, Danny Grundy, Kieran Bond, Harry Cunliffe, Aidan Clarence and Jack Gregory. So do it for me for a very short while. We're just going to get some drivers up onto the grid. I will pick up with you very shortly. My name is Harry Clayton. I'll be your host for the rest. Thanks very much, guys, and enjoy. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin with our first qualifier, a man who wasn't actually going to get out in his own car, but looks like he's managed to use the time in the break to his advantage and get the car squared away and ready to go again, Mr. Stephen Lynch. Stephen, obviously a real all-or-nothing driver, checkers or wreckers as I would describe him. Steve, we're doing a very, very good job so far, getting the car hung out nice and wide into the third clip. Through the Rogersons, through Mangiali, up towards clip 5, keeping it nice and wide. Very, very good line so far from Mr. Psycho. Now getting the car transitioned around onto Luna, planting his foot, using all the millions of horsepower that car has at its disposal. and keeping a very, very good amount of angle across the line, ladies and gentlemen. And a hand out the window. Well done to Stephen Lynch. Great way to start off qualifying there. So we will continue on after a great opening score from Stephen Lynch of an 84.7. Now on to Maximus. Maximus in the M54 turbo-powered E92 BMW. Car built in Lithuania. Maximus a very capable driver on his day, and so far giving a very good account of himself. A lot of angle there coming to clip 2. Nailing the Manji there through 3 and 4. A very, very good technical run so far from Maximus, keeping it out nice and wide to clip 5, avoiding the puddle, which is one of the most important things, as you don't want the grip level to change. Maximus now keeping his foot in it, getting it nice and planted, making sure that the car's on good angle coming through Luna Bend, not intending to cut off the chase car and running that good lead line. And across the line from Maximus. Obviously, guys, please bear in mind that these drivers have had the privilege of practicing all day, all morning, should I say, in the dry. And then, unfortunately, during the lunch interval, we had a massive rainstorm, which has unfortunately left the track very, very patchy. So it's wet in some places, dry in others. It's absolutely one of the worst things to do in terms of setup. You either get it right on the dry bits, or really, really wrong on the dry bits and really good on the wet bits. So potentially a few qualifiers going round here with big power cars. We'll start to see a dry line approach, so you may find that the scores will creep up towards the end of qualifying. As Ryan Burgess now leaves the line in the BMW E82. The BMW E82 Compact, it's the new thing. Ryan having a little bit of a to-do with the tyre wall and coming off second best during practice. But looks like Ryan is dealing with those demons that he was fighting with quite well. Ryan nailing the Manji there through Rogerson's, bringing it out nice and wide. Good line so far from Ryan Burgess. Now needs to nail the transition, which is obviously very difficult to transition on power in the wet, but Ryan appears to have got it all lined out, and you can see why Ryan earned his stripes as the 2024 Class 2 champion here. Obviously first year in pro with added supercharger and more grip. And across the line from Ryan Burgess, very, very good run. So Stephen Lynch couldn't hang on to first. Maximus hot on his heels with an 84.3. Please bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, anybody who wants to follow along at home, if you go onto the driftleague.co.uk website, you are able to click onto the live qualifying scores, pardon me. The scores are all available. As the page is refreshed, more will be added. So you guys can follow along at home if the graphic's not visible. So if you're looking to support a particular driver, you'll be aware of where they are. As Aidan Clarence now lines up. Aidan been around a very, very long time. Had this S14 since he was 14 years of age, and I do believe Aidan is 29, the same age as me. So the car very, very very special to him, obviously, as somebody who's been working on it for a long time. 1J power under the bonnet. Aidan in the incredible SSR shod, or SSRs in the front, work wheels on the back. Very, very stylish car. Aidan really, really being able to feel this car out, fully aware of its limitations, and very gelled with it as a driver, and it's very evident as he powers through Luna Bend there on good angles. Slight bit of adjustment there, which is maybe not what the judges want to see, but definitely not enough to severely impact his score. And across the line with a lot of rev limiter action and a nice big flame out of the exhaust. So we go from one new driver to another new driver as Damien McKernan now leaves the starting line in this awesome RB-powered S13, clad in an Origin Labo kit with a big Country Labs wing and strong wheels, which I believe is the only accepted way to have an S13 in Ireland. That will be pretty much a standard fare for the Irish when it comes to an S13 chassis. So Damien so far giving a very, very good account of himself in his first ever time at this circuit. Obviously Damien typically driving in the Irish Drift Series. as he gets the car now transitioned nicely out onto Luna, nice and wide up onto the top corner. Very, very good so far. A lot of angle, a lot of rev limiter action. Very, very, obviously, it's very much a style of driving with the RBs. You're either on the limiter or you're not driving it hard enough. So it's definitely something that is well received by the crowd. Everyone loves a bit of RB limiter. As I am joined now by my good friend and my co-commentator, Javis Williams. Javis, how you doing, man?
Hello, mate. Sorry I'm a little bit late. We had a bit of drama in the pits with Reinhold trying to get him loaded, but I'm here now.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter that you're here. It doesn't matter that you're here late. It matters that you're here. I wish more bosses said that to me. So you've missed the first few qualifiers. Currently, Stephen Lynch has managed to fix his car. You'll be pleased to know.
Yeah, he was driving mine. Yep. Quite scary.
That's definitely of all the people, it would be a bit like leaving your kids to be looked after by John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, pretty much.
So obviously, Stephen Lynch currently hanging on to the top spot there. Damien McKernan slotting into fourth place with 72.7, and Aidan Clowns with a 70 dead. Ryan Burgess third, 72.7 also. So this will now be Matt Smith leaving the line in Kev Florence's S14. Unfortunately, Matt destroying the G-Force gearbox in the Betty Surf Shop PS13. And so Kev decided that he would be Kev Florence Enterprise Rent-A-Car and loan Matt this awesome SR20 powered S14. Matt appearing to be running Kev's rear tyres, so looks like he's still on a road tyre, which is probably a lot better for the standard driveline in that S14. As we power now through Luna Bend, Matt doing a very, very good job here in a borrowed car. Not had very many laps in this car and across the line. What do you reckon, Javis?
Yeah, that was a really nice run. A little bit wobbly through 2 to 3, but apart from that, really, really nice run there, especially in the borrowed car.
Yeah, very much so. So we'll get a few more drivers out onto the circuit. See Jamie Stanton there, currently second place in the championship. Little Harry, who's in bonus wheel, and Callum Allenby, who's also in bonus wheel, giving us lots of 1J noises as he drives past. It's a hell of a lovely.
Pro 2 yesterday.
Absolutely, yeah, did a very, very good job.
It'll be interesting to see what they do today and how well they do against the pros, Pro 1s.
Absolutely. I mean, both of them actually have earned their stripes to possibly to drive with the pros before. Hopefully, it's just a case of bringing back the muscle memory. As Bartek Senior leaves the line now, Bartek really having a lot of problems with this car this year, but sounds like he's had a lot of time down there with Jamie at CDK. Managed to get the car somewhat lined out. Supercharged 1UZ under the bonnet of the E46. Bartek, a very capable driver, third place in the Class 2 Championship in his rookie year last year. Bartek so far doing a great job, really, really feathering the throttle there on the E46. A little bit of rev limiter there as he changed up. Just make sure you get the car transition nicely round into Luna Bend, get the throttle pinned and get plenty of angle dialed on, and it should be all she wrote. It's a very, very good run so far for Bartek, who's had very limited seat time in that car. It's always nice when you see someone manage to get all their teething issues lined out, isn't it, Joe? Yeah,
I mean, Bartek's a really, really good driver. We experienced that from last year. It's great to see him back out on the track and great to see the car orange as well. Really rooting for Bartek today. Hopefully it all pans out for him.
Absolutely, yeah. It'd be really nice to see Bartek come back with a vengeance after having to miss most of the year. Obviously, Bartek, Team Born to Drift. If you guys are looking for some cool drift car parts, obviously Born to Drift will help you out, but there's plenty of other places to buy those from, including our Pro 2 sponsors, PO Performance. As the Intimidator himself, Mr. Martin Wanacott, leaves the line, Mr. Excitement in the Betty Surf Shop JZX, the only Betty Surf Shop car we're going to see out there now, thanks to Matt Smith managing to finally destroy apparently what's an indestructible gearbox. It's amazing that gearbox can hold up to Dwayne McKeever, but not to Matt Smith.
Yeah, also, Martin's also been out today, and as you can see from the back end of his car, he loves to have a little tap occasionally. I don't think I've seen all the panels on that car for a whole event yet, but what a driver, absolutely amazing guy. If you haven't had a chat with him in the pits, definitely go and have a chat with him. He's a really nice guy to go speak to.
Absolutely. You remember when Martin used to have his tail lights on a hinge so that they would flip out of the way if he knocked the back end off? That was a great idea, really, but a very, very good account of ourselves there from the defending champion, 2024 Pro 1 champion. So far, Bartek slotting into 6th position. Matt Smith in 3rd with a 76, getting a very good account of himself in the borrowed car there. Yep, so Maximus is now going to come around for his second run as Bartek slides into 7th with a 70.7. And Martin Wanacott goes 3rd with a 79, knocking Matt Smith down the order by 1 peg. Obviously, Martin having to borrow the same car as Matt Smith before. So Martin jumping into the T-side after Martin blew his gearbox up. It's weird how things come full circle, isn't it?
Big spicy entry into corner one there.
Very much so, yeah. Maximus really not afraid to throw that car in. I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's easy when it ain't yours. And the E92 really on song now. I know he's having problems with the car at the rev limiter all year now, but looks like whatever was ailing it has been fixed. The demon has been exorcised as Maximus now gets the car transitioned up nicely onto Luna. Very, very, very good run so far from Maximus. Obviously currently in a commanding qualifying position in second place. Probably wants to get 2 runs in and done, get some fresh tyres on it, go to battles. What do you reckon, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, probably exactly that. I reckon now he's done your 2 qualifying runs inside, go watch the rest of the match per se. Definitely go have a chat with them and see what they can do for you in the future.
If anybody wants to sponsor me with some PO Performance parts, I will happily accept cash or a certified check. So Matt Walker is going to rewarm. Obviously, Matt a little bit disadvantaged here because he is on a road tyre. The compact only really set up for road tyres. So Matt going to have to stick with what he's got. Hopefully, he can drag the muscle memory back out from when Matt used to be a road tyre boy. So Matt flings it in. Very, very good angle so far. Good feint entry there from Matt Walker in the little compact. Makes sure that he's really working that car hard. You can see the clutch kick, see how much he's having to dial on the angle and fight back. Really, really trying to work that car hard and get the best results possible out of it. Again, like I say, it's easy when it ain't yours.
A little bit early into Roderson's there, but making it work.
Absolutely, yeah. Obviously very, very difficult to make the car float with very little power, and obviously compacts a very difficult chassis to get mechanical grip in because of the, shall we say, archaic rear suspension. But Matt really, really working that little compact hard. Obviously not what we were hoping to see out of Matt Walker with that incredible turbo LS powered compact. Turbo LS powered S, aware could happen, but essentially it wouldn't start because it thought it was at maximum timing advance. Yep. So Andrea now leaving the line. Good entry so far from Andrea. A straight line clutch kick entry, which is perfectly acceptable by the judges. Andrea now keeping the car nice and wide out to that far clip there. Now getting the car transitioned through, bringing it through into clip 3, out to clip 4. Ooh, a bit of a handbrake drag there on Rogerson's as he powers the car up now. A lot of wheel speed in the enamored Mark IV Supra. Now we're seeing a little bit of smoke appearing from the tyres there as Andreas stands on the loud pedal, gets the car out nice and wide around Luna and across the line.
And all the noises as he comes past us. Lovely.
Lots of angry JZ sounds. Love an angry JZ sound. They're sometimes a little bit temperamental, but when they're on song, they're wonderful.
Sound absolutely beautiful when they're on song.
As my takeout order arrives, which is very nice. Unfortunately, due to doing the interviews on the track walk, I wasn't actually able to go and grab any lunch. So it's very nice when people are happy enough to ferry me some bits and bobs. The judges also having a few treats delivered, keep the sugar levels up, make sure that their decision-making heads are nice and well lubricated. As Nerejus now sits on the line, the Lithuanian lunatic in the 2J R33.
And if you've been watching him this whole season, he's been absolutely incredible, on form. A really, really cool driver. As he flicks it into corner 1.
Very, very good run so far from Nerejus as he brings the car out, gets it transitioned, needs to keep it on a nice wide line through the first hairpin, and he does so indeed. Can see why the man has 2 podiums to his credit, 3 podiums to his credit so far. 3rd place finisher at the first round here last year. So Nerejus now so far bringing it out nice and wide onto Rogerson's. Ooh, hanging it a little bit there, a little bit of a wobble, reinitiates back, transitions the car over, brings it out nice and wide up to Rogerson, stands on the go pedal, making the 2J absolutely screaming that car and across the line.
Beautiful run.
Absolutely indeed. So then, gentlemen, we'll get you some scores immediately once my scoring screen has finished rebooting. So yeah, currently Stephen Lynch still safe at the top of qualifying there with a 84.7. Andrea slots into 9th with 65.3. And Well, I'll tell you what, we'll discuss that at a later date as Joe Smith now initiates into clip 1, doing a very, very good line so far. Joe hopefully got the teething issue sorted out with the 2J under the bonnet of that S13. Joe apparently having injector trouble, which has been causing him ailments all year. So the poor man's been running around chasing issues. As Joe, a lot of rev limiter action there. Very, very quick accelerating car, that 2J. Really seems to gain RPM very, very quickly. Guessing he's running a very, very short rear axle. Joe there keeping it nice and wide, pinned really nice and wide, Linda, but just catching the curve a little bit and across the line. Nera just slotting into 5th place with a 74.7.
And now we have Tom Taberno on the line here. In his lovely white 180 SX. Beautiful car. If you haven't seen that in the pits, it's an absolute work of art. Yeah, Mark Brown has been slaving away on that car. What some amazing work on that. And you go give him all the props you can because that car's been performing if you've been watching. So big up Mark Brown for that. As he comes, nice, a little bit of a straight line initiation there, but into clip 1 absolutely fine. Nice transition into 2. Checks up just slightly there, but still on power, big angle there. Coming through now into the Manji section. Really nice job through the Manji section just there. Into Roderson's, pushing out wide. Doing a lovely job there, keeping that on the nice wide line there. Pushing around now Luna. If you haven't seen already, Luna's a really hard corner to hang off because there's almost like 3 corners in one. Really nice job there and across the line, beautiful.
Yeah, great run there from Tom. Doing an absolutely fantastic job in a brand new car. Fresh build, absolutely no seat time in the car at all. Brought it here this weekend.
Yeah, you've got to give him a round of applause for that because what an achievement that is from the whole team there. First start, is it first start performance? That's the one, yeah. Absolutely amazing work from them guys. Big up them. One more refresh. Is that Trevor? And here we go, we've got Trevor Farman on the line now in his beautiful SR20 powered E30. He was having a few little difficulties earlier, but by the look of his last run, he may have ironed them issues out. Looking forward to this run. Thomas Taverner there in 13th there with a 54.7.
Yeah, some improvement required there from Tom, I think, but he does have a score on the board, and that might be all he needs.
And here we go, we have Trevor Farman leaving the line right now. Big flick into clip 1. Staying on the power, beautiful through clip 1 so far. Transitions into clip 2, a nice angle there. A little bit of a bog down there, but seems to have got it back on track. Absolutely beautiful there. Transitioning now through the Manji section into Roderson's. Oh, nice and wide through Roderson's. And now he pushes through Luna, getting back on the power. Decent angle through Luna there. And across the line. Beautiful from Trevor Farman right there. Really good run. That should give him some decent points.
For a man not feeling very confident, that was quite a run.
And the fact that he, Friday, that car wasn't even mapped, so even more props to Trevor for being out here today and giving it his all.
It's sad we've got to listen to an SR now, though.
That's a conversation for another time, I guess. Here we have Jolene into the first clip, beautiful into the first clip there, driving a borrowed car from Alfie Hunter. Big up to Alfie for letting Jolene come in and borrow his car. Beautiful car as well, so let's hope there's no mishaps today, but beautiful through the Manji section. Into Roderson's.
Yeah, and now, obviously, getting the car transitioned between Rogerson's and Luna, the most difficult part of the circuit. Jolene having a bit of time out of the seat while she works on her Drift Academy, Drift XS. So Jojo doing a fantastic job so far, keeping the car on angle. Just a tiny bit of a wobble in the reinitiation there, but not enough to hurt her score as she crosses the line with the supercharger whining and the V8
still
singing.
On angle, still going for it. Go on, Jojo.
Her name's Jojo. She's a showgirl. She's done an absolutely fantastic job so far, and I'm super happy to see how much Jojo's doing to advance the sport. She was on television not too long back, Javis.
Yeah, she was, yeah. She's now got her Drift Academy down in Northamptonshire. Well, she seems to be doing a bit for the drift community. Fair play to Jojo.
And was skidding Carl Farrar's Laurel around on primetime television.
Yes, she was, yeah. Fair play to Carl Farrar for letting her borrow that car too.
Yeah, shout out to Dango. Really happy to have you back, my man.
Yeah, wow. Have you seen his Mustang? Wow, what a work of art that is.
I always thought the car I wanted the most here was Axel's Volvo, and then Carl turned up in the Mustang, and I just melted. I was like, this is just the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, and here we have Stefan Stefanoff leaving the line. Big flip from Stefan Stefanoff, as you can imagine. Absolutely, always full tilt all the time. Absolute savage driver. What a guy. Into clip 2 now. As you can imagine, absolutely full beans. Stefan Stefanoff. You can't ever fault the guy. What a driver. Comes through the Manji section now, into Roderson's. Nice and wide, a little bit of a wheel drop there. Might hurt the score very so slightly, but back on it, as you can see. Now into Luna, giving it the beans. We can see tyre smoke there. Is it drying up out there? We hope so. We want to see some more clouds. As he comes round the top of Luna and across the line, wow, what a run from Stefan Stefanoff. You've got to give it to that guy.
It has all the wheel speed, that car. I've never seen a car like accelerate at the wheels so hard. It's genuinely incredible.
Oh, and we now have Ryan Burgess lining up on the line. What a driver he is. He was the champion for Pro 2 last year, coming into Pro 1 this year. Seems to be doing pretty well so far. I believe at the beginning of the season he had a few little issues, but he's now ironed them out. It's always good to see Ryan Burgess on the track. What a guy. If you haven't already, go have a chat with him. He's always happy to have a chat with people. Beautiful 1 Series coupe. I believe that's LS powered as well, is that right?
Supercharged LS powered.
Supercharged LS powered. Well, you're talking to the right person when it comes to superchargers. If you heard my car.
It's a bit bigger than yours, mate.
Well, yeah, I thought my one was big, but we saw Ryan's. It's like
apparently that Magnuson Charger apparently needs about 100 horsepower just to run it.
Something about that, yeah.
Which is absolutely incredible when you think about it. So obviously Ryan decided he was going to have a bit of a power bump for this season. Obviously Ryan, midway through 2024, having to completely rewire that car and put it on a standalone ECU. So it was a prime place for a supercharger, which is what he's ended up doing. And I think it's really working for him now. Obviously, he has been ironing out the teething issues with it as a new setup, but it certainly appears like it's behaving well for him now.
And if I
should also actually mention, Jarvis, sorry to interrupt, Jojo McDonald goes 3rd place with an 83.7. Absolutely fantastic so far from Jojo there. Real strong showing in the borrowed car. It's definitely never easy to jump in somebody else's motor that's completely unfamiliar. But Jojo doing an admirable job.
Yeah, as I was going to say to you about talking about Ryan Burgess' car, I'm pretty sure when he first put the supercharger on, what they've actually had to do now is leave the bypass completely open because it produces that much boost. I believe they did one pull and it was close to, it was 800 or 900 horsepower they got out of it. And from that point, they had to keep that bypass open. Hopefully at some point we do see some nice big smoky and big powerful skids from Ryan. Obviously he's already got quite a bit of power anyway, but it'd be nice to see him up in the 600, 700, 800 horsepower realm with all the big boys.
900 horsepower, just what you need for a go-kart track. Yeah. So, obviously, there's been the horsepower wars have been going on in drifting for a very, very long time. The I think actually Matt Walker now has the crown there. It used to be Hayden Cruikshank with 1,070 at the crank, and now Matt Walker came straight in out of left field with 1,200 in the LS Turbo S14. Obviously, it's 1,200 when it's got both head gaskets in it. But
I'm right by thinking Matt Walker's also the guy who's been rebuilding Bog's car.
no, you're thinking of Mark Kelly.
I'm thinking of the wrong person. My bad there.
Yeah. So Mark Kelly is currently the custodian of the two PS13s. Mark Kelly also looking after Hayden Cruikshank, and Hugh Guion Savile's car is also a Two Roads Motorwork prep car. Mark at Two Roads, if you ever met him, he's a great guy. He's from I believe he's from Iowa. In the US, big beard, real friendly dude. I've got a lot of time for Mark Kelly. He's a great man. As Ryan Burgess now leaves the line in the 1 Series, Ryan, obviously having done one run, now has his second run, currently sitting in a reasonable qualifying position with a 73.7, but we all know he's got more in the tank than that. Ryan appears to be pushing a lot harder this time, obviously throwing caution to the wind in the patchy conditions, keeping the car right pinned on the outside line there, all the rev limiter, as he slides it in through Rogerson's, gets the car gathered up a long way out there. A lot of angle from Ryan Burgess, but gets back on power, transitions the car, gets it set up nicely, plants it on the wide line, stands on the go pedal, keeps lots and lots of angle there, but just making some slight adjustments and across the line. Good run.
What an absolute drive from Ryan there. We expect nothing less, really. Props to Ryan and all the best in the future.
Absolutely, yes. Really happy to have Ryan competing in the big class this year. Will it improve on his score? Currently sitting 8th of the 72.7, although based on what I can just hear from the judges, it sounds like he will improve on that score.
Oh, we now have a score for Trevor Fireman as well. He's coming in 10th with a 72.7. Really good drive from Trevor there as well.
Not bad for a man who's openly admitted he's on testing day. Joe Smith just below him with a 71.3 in 11th place.
And now we have Jamie Stanton leaving the line into clip 1, absolutely flying there into clip 1. Transitions to clip 2, coming through there, big angle, lots of aggression. Now through the Manji section, coming through into Rogerson's. Nice angle, a little bit of left foot brake in there through Rogerson's. Settled the car nicely into Luna. Now it's time to put the power down through Luna. All the smoke, all the stuff from Jamie Stanton. What a driver he is. If you haven't seen him if you didn't see him at round 1 here at the beginning of the season, but he podium there, didn't he?
He did indeed, yeah, came second place. It was just one Irishman who decided he wasn't going to have it, so...
unfortunately, that Irishman didn't join us for driving this for the last round.
He did not, but he obviously has mathematically clinched it, and obviously Harry's.
Did you know he's Molly Kerr's brother?
I did know that. Yes, weirdly. Yeah, I also know that. That Molly is Harry Kerr's sister, which is crazy.
That's the one.
Yeah, it runs in the family apparently up there in Ballymoney. So obviously the amazing talent that is Harry Kerr. He has killed himself this year doing
talking
three
of Harry's,
series.
we now have Harry Cunliffe leaving the line. Big flick in the truck into clip 1. Harry's absolutely on it there. Nice transition there into clip 2. As he pushes through 2 into the Manji section. Nice into Rogerson's. Settles the truck lovely coming around there. Nice transition into Luna, and all the power putting down from Harry. Lovely so far. And across the line, very nice run from Harry there.
Yeah, obviously Harry Cunliffe, 13 years of age, still not actually old enough to do a practice day here, which I think is incredible.
Absolutely incredible, isn't it? I mean, what he's done for 13 years of age, you've got to give him a pat on the back and say, well done.
Absolutely, absolutely, and a true talent, and all props to Tony and Dennis, his parents, for nurturing that talent. Like, you know, it's important to be supportive of some, especially, you know, when, I mean, you'll know yourself that, you know, that when your child has the bit between their teeth about something and they want to work hard and they want to get really good at it, supporting them is one of the most important things. And you can see that Harry Kerr, rookie year, 13 years of age, second in the championship, only held off by Kieran Bond, and really out there to kick ass and take names. Talking about the young gun, Callum Allenby, another young lad in bonus world here, a Pro 2 driver getting carded in for today. Callum obviously very familiar with this track and a very good driver. Fantastic run so far from Callum Allenby. Obviously Callum having the benefit of having a lot of wet practice and a lot of patchy practice as well. in the S14 there. Got a previous championship winning car as Callum Allenby really, really wringing its neck. Callum does like the rev limiter in that JZ with the bigger turbo, bigger injector standalone ECU fitted to it in the off-season. And what an incredible exhaust note from the JZ under the bonnet of the S14 there. Great run from Callum Allenby.
And a big frame to finish it off. Lovely.
It really shoots some flames, that. It's an incredible car, to be fair.
It's awesome to see the young guns, both him and Harry, both coming through into the Pro 1s today. Absolutely incredible to see the young guns absolutely shredding out there. It just goes to show what the UK is producing talent-wise, especially at such a young age.
And I got through a whole run with that, calling him Pearl. So Chrissy Nayland now sits on the line. My favourite Glaswegian, as I like to call him. Chrissy in the amazing self-built 2JE92. Nothing can stop Chrissy Nayland. Chrissy got into that car 3 weeks after breaking his back on a dirt bike and donned an NFL-style flat jacket and got out for the 2023 Driftland round. Chrissy really swinging that E92. Very, very good so far, but maybe not quite as good as judges want to see, but really, Chrissy, the ultimate showman, really, really enjoys swinging that car out on tons and tons of angle and lots of smoke. That car in a dry is almost, I would say, impossible to follow with how much smoke it throws out. So you get an idea of how slick and greasy it is in those conditions and across the line.
All the limit across the line, yeah. You've got to give it to Chrissy Nayland. What a guy, beautiful car, absolutely throws it down each and every time. What an asset to Drift League.
Absolutely. I've always been a fan of Chrissy Nayland since the day I first met him, and I really, really like Chrissy's style. He's very tense. He wants to put on a show for people, and he's just a real fun guy to be around. He's got some cracking stories about his youth in Glasgow, as I'm sure. Not all of them broadcastable.
Yeah, we definitely can't save some of them.
So now a driver who I'm super happy to have back with us this round, Will Gibbs.
Big flick entry there.
Big flick entry indeed. Will Gibbs, a great driver and a close friend of mine, somebody who buys all the Toyota bits I don't want anymore. And Will doing a great job so far in the awesome 2JPS13 up through the sequential box into Rogerson Straight, getting the car nice and dialed on plenty of angle, touch a left foot brake there just to settle himself as he comes through Rogerson's. Getting the car nice and wide up onto the high line there through Luna Bend. Plenty of smoke off the back tyres there. Looks like the main entrance of Luna is actually starting to dry up a little bit, and across the line from Will Gibbs.
Yeah, textbook run there. Really, really nice run there. Maybe the judges would say differently, but yeah, what a run there from Will.
Again, I'm a huge fan of Will Gibbs' driving style. He's a very, very a very committed driver, and he really will push. You know, he's very exciting on his day, I think, Will Gibbs.
Very exciting. One thing I will say quickly while we've got a little bit of downtime here is how awesome is it to be behind the scenes here, seeing it all from this part of the action.
All the laptops.
Yeah, all the laptops, all the judges here. I was up in the tower earlier having a look from up there. It's awesome to see the events from a different perspective.
As Matt Walker now, this is Cat Matt, E30 Matt. Matt Walker, the S54 powered E30. It's actually quite an old car by comparison to most drift cars. That car pretty much in the same guise since around about 2015 or 16. Matt Walker, a driver who came up drifting at Buxton Raceway, at one point was the man to beat there. Him, Richard Grinrod, and a couple of the Slide Motorsport boys. Obviously, with the people who held it down back in the old days. But Matt giving a good account of himself there in a car that's quite underpowered for a Class 1 car, only around 300 ponies under the bonnet, and across the line.
Makes all them 300 ponies work. What a run.
He does indeed. I know Matt also has another E30 in the works, a blue one, which has a 335i engine in it.
Very nice.
Yeah, Matt's a big fan of the BMW inline sixes.
And we have Martin Wanacott back on the line, if I can see myself right.
I think you can see yourself right indeed, and that is indeed Martin Wanacott. Out for his second run, Martin Wanacott currently sitting in 7th place with 79. Christian Ellen slotting into 11th with the 74. And Matt Walker dropping in 18th with the 67. Allenby 17th, 67.3. So very, very good run so far. And Little Harry dropping into 9th, 75.7. As Martin Wanacott now leads the line for his second run. Martin Wanacott definitely capable of 90-plus runs on his day, but obviously maybe dealing a little with the patchy conditions here. All the rev limiter in the 1JZ under the bonnet of the JZX100. Obviously Martin a big proponent of that chassis, but is changing chassis at some point soon. Has a GE86 build in the works, which will be interesting to see what he'll do with a car that doesn't have 4 feet over the back wheels. And across the line, ladies and gentlemen, very good run from Martin Wanacott, still on power.
A beautiful one from Martin Wanacott there. Also, Stefan Stefanov coming into 5th with 83 dead. Beautiful score there for Stefan Stefanov.
Yeah, absolutely. Some solid scores dropping in here. Ryan Burgess improving, going into 6th of 79.7. So we will just very quickly, once we get a few minutes, guys, we will run down the scores top to bottom, but we're firing them out thick and fast here. So we are going to get through the qualifying for you guys, make sure that everyone knows where they're at. As Damien McKernan now sits on the line for his second run. Damien in the RB25 powered S13 Irish car. Damien, good entry there so far. Very, very nice snap to angle as he brings the car around, gets it nice and wide at the second end, but not as wide as his first run, it must be said. Damien now through the centre of the section, transitions one way, transitions the other, gets the car gathered up through Rogerson's corner, now has to transition out to Luna. I'm seeing patches of dry on Rogerson's corner now as well as Luna, but look at the smoke coming off of the 180 SX there from Damien McKernan as across the line he goes. Very, very good run there from the Irishman.
Lovely run there. He's currently sat on a 72.7.
The other DMAC. Not that DMAC, the other DMAC. Yeah, so Damien currently sitting 12th. Will he improve on that score? It remains to be seen. So out for his second run now is Bartek in the supercharged 1UZ-powered E46 BMW. Bartek, obviously, the first time the car's been on full song, I believe, since last year, which is obviously Bartek taking it out to do a lot of upgrades for it to compete in the Class 1 Championship, and teething problems as is often the way with these. But Bartek now, the car really, really starting to sing for him. Listen to the supercharger whine on the one on board the one. Oh, Bartek overcooking it. Just about manages to hold on the angle. Very, very good job there to hold on to it, but it definitely won't be good on his score, unfortunately. And Bartek now really throwing it across Luna and across the line with a slight wheel drop there as well.
Yeah, a little bit aggressive across the line there, maybe a little bit annoyed of himself there, but still he's got a decent score on the board as it is already.
He has indeed, yeah. He looks like he's likely to qualify well based on his first run. I think he's just happy the car works.
Mr. Farrar coming past us in that taxi chaser, lovely car.
Do you remember the early team taxis, the green JZX 100 Mark II?
I do indeed.
Awesome
and up next we've got Danny Grundy sat on the line there in his bright orange S14.
Our good mate Danny Grundy.
We do love Danny Grundy, and I suppose everybody else who speaks to him will say exactly the same thing. What a lovely guy and what an asset to drift in.
Absolutely, yeah. No, big fans of DG here in this commentary booth.
Definitely so. And Danny Grundy throws it into the first clip. Lovely through the first clip, into the second. On power through the second. Nice angle through the second. As he comes through now the Manji section. Nice big angle through the Manji section. Sets himself up for Roderson's. Nice and wide through Roderson's. A little bit of left foot brake there by the looks of it. Maybe a slight over rotation. As he goes into Luna now. Puts all his power down. We see smoke from the back end of his car. Putting that power down. Lovely stuff from Danny Grundy and across the line. Beautiful stuff.
Ton of angle there at the end from Danny Grundy, really, really swinging it. Big fan of Danny Grundy's driving style. To be fair, he's a real showman, and I really, really do enjoy watching him drive.
And what a lovely guy as well. If you, as I said earlier, if you speak to go and have a chat with him, wow, you know he's as I said, an asset to drift in. You know, he really loves the sport and really loves everybody involved. Yeah, you really can't knock Danny.
The king of positive mental attitude.
100%.
Absolutely. I wish I had even a tenth of the PMA that he's got.
Yeah. And there we go. We've got Danny Grundy coming in 8th with a 77.7.
Very, very good showing there from Danny Grundy. I've had a bit of interesting information. So Damien McKernan, his car's actually set up and managed by Dean M Sport, off of James and Mike Dean, which is quite interesting.
Very interesting.
But we digress, as we must now see Josh Dunning flying down in the Hulk-powered Skid Risk Boss S14. Josh Dunning now having this car a few years, really starting to get to grips with the car, and it really, really starting to sing for him. Josh doing a great job so far. Josh, this is his home track, his local circuit. This is where he likes to practice, and has had a lot of success here. Can he continue to repeat it in the big class? Obviously, Josh, I believe, yet to clinch a Class 1 podium, but with the way he's driving today, I think he might have it in him, Jarvis. What do you reckon?
Nice big flames across the line. Yeah, I mean, a little bit of wobble there coming through the last section of Luna, but apart from that, you really can't knock that run. Hopefully he's got some good points on the score on the board there.
What do you reckon to the Boss kit for the S14? Because I really like it.
It's a little bit Marmite, but it's also the same as Milton's car. If you look at that, a lot of people like it, a lot of people hate it. I mean, it's one of those ones. It's a Rocket Bunny kit, is that right?
It's a Rocket Bunny boss kit, but I'm keen on the retro-looking cars, and I do have a soft spot for like old muscle cars.
Yeah,
and it looks a bit like a 70s Plymouth Cuda.
It does.
Yeah, so it's kind of I think it's based on like a Datsun mini truck or something. That's what it's supposed to look like. Do you know people put Skyline fronts on the Datsun trucks? You can get a kit for an S-Point that makes it look like a Datsun truck. Quite funny that. As Ben Mears, wow, with a big weight transfer entry there from Ben Mears. Very, very... Ben Mears driving with a vengeance here. All the smoke, all the angle, all the style. Ben having a few issues with the fuel system on that car, apparently, when it hits the rev limiter. So Ben really having to work that 8-speed gearbox very hard. Ben, a convert to the Church of the 8 HP. Oh, catching a bit of left foot brake. Yeah, definitely. So Ben saying his issue being the car starting to bog and cut off on Luna Bend, but now trying to do it in 5th gear instead of 4th. As Ben, wow, really flying in and swinging it there. Very, very good indeed. Very good showing there from Ben Mears. Really, really driving that car in utter anger. So Josh Dunning dropping it to 21st with a 60.3. Nobody yet to unseat the great Psycho Steve, 84.7. Would he have got 84.7 in your car?
Yeah, I reckon he would have got a 90.1 in my car. Come on.
Ooh, it's my car right or wrong, isn't it?
It is indeed. No, what a machine from Psycho, though. I mean, if you've had a look at that car, he's normally skidding in 6th or 7th gear with his 8 HP. What a machine.
Oh, I couldn't click 19th gear on the bank. So Kuba now sets off. Kuba having a big impact with the wall earlier, costing some practice time. So it looks like his team have managed to get the car somewhat straight, but looks like it's still fighting him a little bit. Unfortunately, Kuba really being in the tyre walls, not a place that you want to be. But up until then, the car going really well. Kuba having absolutely no practice in the wet at all. So this is definitely a learning curve for him. But if there's anybody that we know can adapt quickly, it's Kuba Kozlowski. A man who's been in the sport now quite a while and has really taken some big scalps. And across the line, very, very good run from Kuba.
Yeah, amazing run from Kuba there. And he's done some amazing upgrades this year. I mean, last year he was just on a 3-litre engine, if I'm not mistaken. And now he's rocking a turbo on that. And
actually, if you want to get specific, it was rocking the turbo last year, but he's forged it this year, so it's got even more power.
There we go.
Yeah, so I actually put out my last ever day as a marshal. I put out a fire on the top of Kuba's turbo.
No way.
Yeah, that was my last ever day marshalling.
Really, really cool guy, Kuba, and the rest of the Born to Drift, isn't it?
Yeah, Team Born to Drift.
Team Born to Drift, absolutely amazing guys.
Patrick, Bartek, Kuba, great guys. Real, lot of time for them all. Great people, and obviously Kuba doing all that extra work while having a newborn baby at home.
Yeah, I mean, that's no easy task as it is, let alone also coming along, competing and doing what he's doing.
But now, all the rotary noises, courtesy of Mr. Axel Hildebrand in the Sunoco Volvo 740. Anybody who's followed along with the build of this car will know what we're looking at right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a Volvo 740 wagon powered by a 3-rotor. What an incredible piece of kit from Axel. Ooh, but a little bit of wobble there. The mile-long Volvo slightly catching him out a little bit. All the carbon Kevlar bodywork, all the extremely loud. The rev limiter is so loud, it's actually shaking the windows in the commentary booth. Absolutely amazing build from Axel here, and he really is getting to grips with that car. He can really swing it and across the line.
Yeah, what an amazing drive by Axel just there, and what a car. Just hearing that 3-rotor sing is absolutely incredible. We don't see many rotaries in drifting nowadays.
We really don't.
Especially in the UK. But yeah, absolutely amazing to see a rotary out there, but even more impressive, the fact that it's in a Volvo.
Well, we're both Mazda fanboys, so it's always nice to see the rotary get represented.
Oh, indeed.
Actually, Axel telling me he massively prefers driving that car to the Corvette.
Way.
Yeah, because apparently the Corvette's suspension setup's a bit difficult to get to grips with, whereas the Volvo feels like an S-body almost, he said.
Oh, wow. Well, I haven't really had too much of a look into the actual car itself to see what geometry and suspension setup he has on the Volvo. But
all the squats is what he has. As Matt Walker now comes out for his second run. This is Banger Matt. Matt Walker.
His borrowed car from Hayden.
Yeah, but looking like the car not wanting to play ball. Oh, and an over-rotation is shut down, unfortunately, for Matt Walker. So just while Matt clears the track, we will get you guys a few scores. So Stephen Lynch still first with an 84.7. Maximus in second with an 84.3. Jamie Stanton third, also 84.3. Jojo fourth, 83.7. Fifth, Stefan with an 83. Sixth, Ryan Burge with a 79.7. Seventh, Martin Wanacott with a 79 dead. Eighth is Danny Grundy with a 77.7. Ninth, Ben Mears, 77.3, driving it in anger. 10th, Damon McKernan, 77. 11th, Matt Smith, 76 in a borrowed car. 12th, Harry Cunliffe, 75.7. 13th, Nerridge, 74.7. 14th, Christian Allen, 74 dead. And 15th, Trevor Farman, 72.7. Axel dropped into 16th place with 71.7. And Joe Smith in 17th with 71.3. Bartek in 18th with 70.7. Aidan Clarence, 19th, 70 dead. 20th, Callum Allenby, 67.3. 21st, Matt Walker with a 67. 22nd, Andrea Fabry with a 65.3. Will Gibbs, 25th, 57.7. 26th is other Matt Walker, 55.3, and 27th Thomas Taverna, 54.7, as Sonny Moore now leaves the line. Sonny, obviously Team Drift for you, the only man representing right now. Harvey's car being in Latvia, his older brother, so Sonny doing it for the Moors here. Obviously their dad John, Terry Grant, stunt performer, so stunt driving definitely in the blood. Definitely in the blood for these guys.
So now I've watched Terry Grant at Santa Pod many a times.
Incredible driver, yeah. John,
absolutely incredible.
Yeah, so Sonny's dad, John, one of these stunt drivers who's definitely in his DNA, as Sonny gives a great lap there. A very, very capable driver, very, very good. Definitely somebody who's destined for future greatness.
Oh, 100%. If you've watched him for the whole of the season so far, he's been an amazing driver. He's put on some really, really good battles. You really can't fault him at all.
I really wanted to get a Shanahan's S sibling rivalry going, but then Harvey stopped turning up. So Jack Gregory now sits on the line. Jack Gregory, Team Auto Finesse in the E36 Coupe. Jack's first time competing in the United Kingdom here. Jack obviously currently leading Drift Championship in Germany. Oh, but a bit of a wobble there and a reinitiation from Jack in clip 1. But looks like he's got the car settled now. Clip 2, another bit of a wobble there. Just not quite as fluid as we want to see as he brings it through clip 3. Through clip 4 up to Rogerson's and brings it out now nice and wide. Gets on clip 6. Now gets the car transitioned, squared away. Nice and wide up to Luna Bend. Really powering on there is Jack Gregory, and across the line.
We're starting to see more and more smoke now, so it's looking like the track's maybe drying up a bit out there.
Yeah, I definitely think there's a dry line appearing on the track. Where the drivers are on power, you can see where there's a dry line appearing, so it's definitely definitely coming there. The only thing is I will say is that their back tyre is a lot hotter than their fronts, so their back tyre is making a nice dry line and their front tyre is still in the wet.
And now on the line, we've got Trevor Fireman back up now for his second run. And off he goes. Nice big flick into the first clip. Holding nice big angle through the first clip there. Big transition straight into clip 2. Making it really work there. Nice and wide through clip 2. Coming through the Manji section now. Nice touch and go through there. Into Roderson's now. Nice and wide through. Oh, a little bit of an over rotation from Trevor there. Oh, that will affect his score. Unfortunately, a little bit bad luck there from Trevor there, but he has a score on the board already, so hopefully that'll get him through to the battles.
Yes, he does indeed have a score, and it is a decent one. He's currently sitting 15th place. I do believe everyone's had at least one run now. Could be wrong on that, but just based on me mathematically adding it up, it does look like I think everybody who is going to go out has gone out for at least one of their 2 runs. So Andrea Fabry now in the Mark IV Supra. Again, possibly the most expensive chassis we currently have on the grid. I actually reckon that's probably worth more money than the Mustang. Oh, 2 dirt drops indeed, yeah, through Rogerson's corner. That's definitely not where the judges want to see the car off circuit. Well, they don't want to see the car off circuit anyway, but especially not there. Now, Andrea really piling on the power there through Luna. Look at the speed of the Supra. And across the line, ladies and gentlemen.
As you said, all the way from Malta, you really can't. You've really got to give him his dues for coming all the way over here, bringing the chassis over here and throwing it down.
You ever been to Malta?
I have indeed, actually. That's a funny story. Do you know one of the best places to go scuba diving if you're into that sort of stuff?
I'm afraid of the water.
Oh, there you go. Well, if you're a fish like me and you like scuba diving, then beautiful place to go.
What it is I'm obsessed with like maritime and diving disasters. So I watch YouTube videos and then I scare myself into never doing it ever again.
And here we have Jamie Briggs on the line now in his VW Golf. Now, what an amazing build this is. You really got to give it to Jamie, coming in with an absolute unique build, BMW-powered engine, and then with an MX-5 rear end in a Mark 1 Golf.
Good rear ends them MX-5s, aren't they?
Brilliant rear ends
MX-5s. Jamie flings it in. Good angle so far from the little tiny Mark 1 Golf there. Jamie keeping the car balanced on the straight and narrow. Obviously, a very, very short chassis in that car, so Jamie really having to push right out wide to get to the clips, almost, and because he's basically sat where the back seats would be in a standard Mark 1 Golf, he's effectively riding over the clips as he passes them, which is quite surprising. So Jamie really, really flinging that car in. A lot of speed from the...
I've got to say, how quick was that run? Really, really nice run from Jamie there. Really quick round the track as well. You've got to give it to Jamie. What a guy.
Absolutely.
What a driver.
Especially on a 15-inch tyre.
15-inch with 300, is it 360, 370 horsepower?
Yeah, I believe it's around that. Yeah, it's a standard M50, and I think he basically used the M50 because he had it. Right. It was just in his car. So, you know.
And we'll take that out of there and put it in there.
Yeah, well, actually, what he actually did was he dropped the whole front cradle out of his E36 and then made all the mounts for it on the Golf and then bolted the cradle back up. Yeah. So it's quite an impressive feat of engineering.
You've got to give him his dues as well. I mean, he had quite a big off at Teesside this year. He actually did a 360 in the Golf, and as you can see, car's back out on track, doing what it's doing and performing well.
Absolutely, indeed, and you can't keep a good dog down. As Neri just comes out now for his second run in the R33 Skyline, would have been ideal for the conditions yesterday since it's a boat and all that. Ha ha ha.
Ha ha.
And Neri just now flying through Rogerson's on a lot of speed there, really powering down in that R33 Skyline, using all 700 ponies from the 2J under the bonnet there. Lot of smoke from Neri. Just check out that. I know he likes a smoky alignment, but that's incredible.
Yeah, I've got to say, I mean, from stood right here, what a textbook run that was. Beautiful
Absolutely.
Run that was.
He's all the
good on it. It's good score there.
Hopefully so.
We've got Jack Bennett now sitting on the line, ready to go.
Yeah, Jack, obviously, the Ambit Manufacturing 2JZ E46 pulling double duty this weekend. Obviously, Papa Bennett campaigning it yesterday. And now Baba Bennett is going to be driving it in the Pro Day, which is kind of funny. It's kind of the inverse way you'd think. But Jack really starting to feel this car out now as Jack flings it in. Good angle there from Jack Bennett. A lot of smoke pouring off the back of that E46. Very, very good job so far from Jack as he swings it out nice and wide. Keeping lots of momentum in that car. Oh, look at he's standing on the pedal. Look at how much of the back end of that car squats. It's for a BMW. The level of squat on the back of that car is insane as he powers down to Little Bend. Look at the smoke coming off the back of the Ambit Manufacturing E46 there, swinging it out nice and wide and across the line. Yeah, Jack, once again showing why he's a very, very exciting young talent in driving there. Incidentally, should also mention that Nera just dropping into 6th place on his second run with an 81.7. Good improvement there from the Lithuanian lunatic.
And coming up to the line now, we have Stefan Stefanov stepping up for his second run. As he leaves the line, very aggressive, massive flick into the first clip. On absolute full tilt there. Big transition into clip 2. Making it really work nice and wide. All the smoke coming from Stefan Stefanov's car now as he comes through the Manji section into Rogerson's. Whoa, big flick into Rogerson's on the left foot brake there, coming down into Luna now. As you can imagine, all the smoke, all the power. Stefan Stefanov doing his thing and across the line. What a guy.
That car, I mean, like I don't know what he does on the alignment for that car, but it absolutely obliterates tyres. I just don't know how it manages it. Like that, you could be forgiven for thinking the track was completely bone dry with how much smoke was coming off that. Stefan Stefanov in 5th place with an 83. Very, very good run from Stefan there. So getting himself very high up in the upper echelon of that bracket. So far, which is really good, surprisingly for patchy conditions, no drivers actually recording a 0, at least not over 2 runs. as Matt Walker now leaves the line. Good flick there from Matt in the little E30, the Catmaster 5000. As
beautiful transition into clip 2 there.
Absolutely incredible, yeah. So just needs to get the car gathered up on the Manji, which will be absolutely light work for Matt Walker, knowing that car as well as he does. Really, really powering down on the 15-inch tyre there. Matt obviously limited with it being an E30, but how big of a tyre you can run without chopping all the arch out.
But really making it work, flying through Luna now, across the line. Wow, what a run from Matt Walker there.
Very, very good from Matt Walker there. I must make sure that I get the Matt Walkers the correct way round. That's something I've got to make sure that I work on. So 257 Matt Walker, which is E30 Matt Walker. Sounds like he's going to improve on his score. Currently sitting on a 67.
We have Jojo back on the line now for her second run. Can she improve on her 83.7, which has currently got her sat in 4th place?
I know Jojo has it in her. Obviously, it's a new car to her, but she takes everything like a duck to water. Jojo's got she's an incredible driving talent.
Big flip now into clip 1. On all the angle, through clip 1. Letting that supercharger absolutely sing as she transitions into clip 2. On full power there as she comes through into the Mandy section. Absolute no let up, slight little wheel drop there as she comes through the Mandy section into Roderson's. Nice bit of settling there into Luna. Putting all the power down, starting to see some smoke coming out the back of that car. A little bit of a wobble there coming through Luna and across the line.
Yeah,
well
definitely.
Done,
unsure if she'll improve with that score, but an incredible showing in a borrowed car. I hope she doesn't do that when Amber stood there, otherwise there's going to be some murders occurring.
And Jamie Stanton making his appearance.
With all the aggression there, obviously. Jamie, a big fan of the limiter in that car, so...
Is that Mr. Farrar I see down on the line there?
That is indeed Mr. Carl Farrar. Carl yet to do his first run, and the Team Taxi JZX 100.
We're looking forward to this one. It's good to see him back here after a bit of mishap this year, unfortunately, but it's absolutely awesome to see that he's out here.
And several rounds of bullying on the commentary.
Very much so. And yeah, he's having 2 cars here that he's been playing with today as he flicks that chaser into clip 1. A little bit of an understeer there by the looks of it, but making it work into clip 2. A little bit of a handbrake as he goes through into clip 2, making it work. Now, big flick through the Manji section. Can he settles it lovely into Roderson's there. A little bit of a wobble actually there.
But just get the car, plenty of angle, plenty of style, plenty of smoke out towards Luna Bend and across the line. Not the Carl Farrar we're used to seeing, but absolutely still a good show.
Almost looked a little bit reserved there.
Do you know right where we're stood? In fact, it might have been slightly further down. When Carl, this is 2023, the last round 2023, and Carl won here. And after he won his top 32, he said, "Just stand there." And then he did 7 donuts around me and drove off.
Farrar style, boy.
Very much so, yeah. No, huge. Carl, somebody I'm really happy to consider a real close mate, and I'm super happy that he's dragged his car out for his home circuit and come out and have a good time and put on a show. It's Callum Allenby out now for his second run. This is Callum's, obviously, Callum, a Pro 2 driver, moving up to the big class today, just have a little bit of fun.
It for the young guns.
Is indeed, yeah. Still on a road tyre, though, no semi-slicks for Callum.
He's making it work, though. Wow, all the smoke coming out the back of that car now as he transitions through the Manji section into Roderson's. A little bit of left foot brake there just to settle the car nicely. Absolutely beautiful transition into Luna there. Putting down the power as you start to see the smoke come out the back of his car. Can he hold it all the way around? Beautiful stuff from Callum. Absolutely savage driver for his age. Fair play to him. What a young gun.
Absolutely. So Callum currently sitting 22nd with 67.3. We know he's got more in the tank than that. It's just a question of getting it out of him. So Harry Cunliffe now sits on the line. Harry Cunliffe, Mr. Little Harry 5'11". I don't know where I remember that number from. It might be like it's
5'11".
Yeah, it must be like it's printed on the back of our t-shirts.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, we kind of look like fanboys sitting
in
this tower at the moment.
We sat here with our matching Little Harry merch on.
We do indeed.
It's quite a good look. It's not as if.
Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, no commentary bias. Yeah.
As Harry flicks it into the first corner. Wow, as flying into the first clip. Big transition now in that beautiful blue truck into clip 2, making it work. Smoke coming out the back. Nice flick through the Manji section. Exactly what you want to be seeing. No wheel drops. Lovely as he settles it into Roderson's. That's a beautiful line going into Roderson's. Flicks it round now into Luna. This is where you start to put the power down and really open up that 1UZ. Is it 1UZ? It's a 3UZ, sorry, beg my pardon. As he comes round Luna and across the line. Beautiful run there from Harry. Hopefully he gets an improvement on his first score.
Yeah, and you can really see why I've got Harry pegged to be one of the true talents of the future. For not only for UK drifting, but I think Harry genuinely has it in him to go even further out to Europe, to America, wherever he feels like.
Well, look what he's achieved already at 13 years of age. I mean, you've got to give it to him. I mean, give it a few more years, and as people start to see, sponsors start to come on board, Harry's going to go really far.
Especially when he's so young that he can't even drive at most tracks yet.
Yeah, that does amaze me as well. I mean, if he was to come here, well, in fact, he wouldn't actually be able to come here if it was one of their actual training days or open days for coming to drift here. It's only just the pure fact that he's in Drift League that he's able to come and drive here.
Yeah, so that's quite lucky for little Harry there. So Harry drops into 15th, 75.7. Good score so far. Definitely mixing it with the pros. As Chrissy Nayland now leaves the line. A lot of angle, a lot of smoke there from Chrissy Nayland.
Absolutely being Chrissy Nayland as he leaves the line.
Yep, going full Nayland, as I like to call it. A lot of rev limiter action there from the self-built 2J under the bonnet of the NHP Motorsport E92 BMW. A bit of a wheel wag there through Rogerson. Did you notice, hitting the three-wheel motion?
He was indeed.
As he powers down through Luna Bend, lots of smoke, lots of impact, and across the line.
Wow. Absolutely savage run there from Nayland.
Do you know, I'll tell you a funny story. So my brother's a coded welder, and he was working on a contract on the M6 motorway. This is before the Pembrey weekend. He messaged me like, dude, I've just seen a real cool yellow and blue E92 go past on a trailer. Real cool looking car. And I went, oh, was it a blue Transit that was towing it? And he went, yeah. And I went, oh, it's Nayland. He's like, it's so super cool, that. Really, really like it.
Absolutely beautiful car. And
my mum also really likes Chrissy. My mum's met Chrissy and she thinks he's absolutely lovely.
Well, I'll tell you exactly the same thing. My daughter Maddie, she absolutely loves Nayland as well. One of the first things she wanted to do was go over to him and sit in his car, and we got a nice picture there. I also sent to him, and he was over the moon that she absolutely adored him and the car.
If Scotland ever does secede and needs to have a Scottish ambassador to the UK, it should be Chrissy Nayland. As Kuba Kozlowski now leaves the line there. Good flick entry there from Kuba.
It seems like making it work.
Yeah, a lot more confident than we saw the last round here, but a little bit of a readjustment there, going through into clip 2, not keeping the throttle pinned. Sounds like he's struggling with gearing a bit there.
Yeah, it sounds like he's got a little bit of an issue with the car maybe, but still really making it work. A little bit of a lock-up from the front wheel there as he left foot brakes into Luna. And now putting down the power, really making that compact work for it. And across the line on full tilt, let's go. And a 360 onto the grass. Come on, Kuba. Lovely stuff, mate.
And Sam Bickerstaff has just done a backflip.
Talking about Sam, actually, isn't that his car up on the hill over there?
It is indeed, yes. And your eyes are not deceiving you. It is an M2 body kit on that.
One thing I will say is he's put a lot of work into that car up on that hill. The M2 kit looks amazing. Sam's a really nice guy as well. I'm looking forward to seeing that car on the grid once he puts his engine in and gets all the paint done.
It really is a good looking. Like, I'm actually surprised. I didn't realise this, but you know Kevin Purser in Driftmasters, the Estonian driver.
Yep.
That's an E46.
Yes, it is.
I didn't realise that. I was like, oh, it's just been to E46, but it's clearly an M2. It is not an M2.
No, it's not. It's a 46.
I suppose that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? It's probably cheaper to get a clam than it is to get a whole M2, you know?
And next up on the line, we've got fan favourite, Danny Grundy.
Indeed. A good close friend of ours, the most Essex man you'll ever meet. As
you hear that SR20 sing off the line. Big flick now into a little bit of an adjustment, actually, as he flicks into clip 1 there. Nice transition into clip 2, back on power, going for it, yeah, nice and wide into clip 2, coming through the Manji section on full tilt. Settles himself up nicely for Roderson's, nice and wide. Nice flick into Luna. This is where you start to see Danny will open up the car fully here. You'll start seeing lines of smoke coming out the back as he full tilt round Luna and across the line. Fair play to Danny Grundy. It's always a pleasure to see him out on track, and always a pleasure to see that S14 going round in its amazing orange colour.
Absolutely, and to be fair to Danny Grundy, it's still quite a simple, shall we say, build compared to a lot of the cars on the track here. Still has an SR in it, still a standard H-pattern gearbox. Obviously, a lot of these guys now running sequential transmissions and quick change diffs and all this crazy stuff. Danny just sticking with his tried and true combination.
Danny currently sat in 12th for 77.7. We're just waiting for the scores to update there.
To see if he improves. As Aidan Clarence now leaves the line in the 180 SX, 200 SX, pardon me, 1JZ under the bonnet. Aidan, a long-time driver, obviously had this car for over 15 years now, which is quite impressive considering he's only 29. And Aidan far...
You do not want to know the price that you paid for that car.
I
was speaking to a mate earlier.
Back when they were Thrupp and Tapenny.
Imagine paying 520 quid for an S13 now.
Oh, it makes your blood run cold, doesn't it? As
Aidan does a
fantastic job so far for Aidan Clarence in his first competition outing for several years and across the line. Obviously, Aidan obviously a long-time driver at a lot of the big ticket events, does a lot of demos, normally does Drift Matsuri every year. I normally see him at every single Drift Matsuri. So Aidan's somebody who really knows his car back to front. Currently sitting 22nd on a 70 dead, so looks like he will have a little bit of improvement there potentially. Car did look nice and smoky, good alignment.
Is that Ben Mears on the line?
That is indeed Ben Mears on the line now.
We do have Ben Mears on the line with his nice bright yellow wheels.
Yeah, the bright yellow Kansai's. Obviously, Kansai Wheels, one of the sponsors for Ben. Obviously sponsored by...
Lovely job into clip 1 there.
Yeah, TGR Tyre Streets UK sponsored driver as well. Ben really driving his car in anger now, trying to get through the fueling issues he's got there. Lot of limiter action.
Big flame
there.
out the side there.
Very cool from the 88. Shifting up through the 80 box, has to go up 2 gears here to settle the car on Luna because 4th gear seems to be causing him some problems cutting out, so shifts it up into 5th. A lot of power. Oh, but a low. Oh, goodness me. Just keeps it on the tarmac and between the ditches and across the line.
Unfortunately, that might damage his score just very slightly.
It was all going so well there. I think Ben was well on his way to improve on his 77.3 score, but sadly just got a little bit crossed up towards the end.
And now we have Jamie back on the line with his Mark 1 VW Golf.
Yeah, again, not a common sentence to say at a drift event.
Definitely not. That's why I get tongue twisted every time I say it.
Mark 1 Golf. So what's crazy, Jarvis, is it looks very small, that Golf, but the wheelbase is actually 5 inches longer than an MX-5.
It is actually longer than an MX-5. It is indeed. I was looking to do body swaps myself and having a look at wheelbases, and yeah, the Mark 1 Golf is actually longer.
It's very similar actually in geometry to like an A86 Corolla.
It is indeed, and Jamie's currently sat in 25th with a 63.3. So can we see him improve on that score?
I think Jamie's got it in him to be plenty higher than that, but it's a question of whether the conditions will play ball.
As he leaves the line, big flick now into clip 1. Nice transition coming through clip 1 into clip 2. But all the angle nice and wide, making it work. Now coming through the Mandy section through the centre. Lovely, little bit of settle into Roderson's. Jamie Briggs really making that Mark 1 Golf work round Luna and across the line. Beautiful run there from Jamie. Will he improve on his score? And do I spot Matt Gell's car?
You spot Matt Gell's car.
Who's driving?
I bet you it's a different Matt driving it. It looks like it is Matt Matsuri.
It looks like Matt Matsuri has gone out in Matt Gell's car.
I've got to be honest, as somebody who helps Matt Gell out with that car when it breaks, I'm not exactly cock-a-coop about that.
I bet you're not, but it's great. It's never good to see a driver out. It's always good to see drivers coming back in and drivers helping each other out with whether it's cars, whether it's parts, whether it's.
In fact, I can see Matt Gell over there. He's wearing the red flannel shirt and he's laughing, but I'm fairly certain he's actually secretly absolutely bricking it.
As we've got Will Gibbs now coming flying into clip 2 there. Absolutely, all the smoke coming through there into the Manji section now. Full tilt from Will Gibbs. A little bit of left foot brake there to settle the car. Beautiful there. Almost slingshotted himself around that corner into Luna. On all the power, this has got to be a really good run now. And that's absolutely textbook there. Beautiful run.
That's the Will Gibbs we're more used to seeing there, most definitely.
That is the Will Gibbs that we've been waiting for. Closer.
Closer. Even closer.
Even closer.
Like the Razor adverts from back in the day. Even closer. The closest shave yet.
Now, I've got to say, what an experience it is to be up here in the tower looking at.
It's a shame you're not in the tower because obviously it was so windy we couldn't set the lorry up. But the lorry's real cool. I do enjoy being stood on the lorry. It's definitely an entertaining experience.
Here we now have the skid risk car coming.
Yeah, Josh Dunning now leaving the line in the skid risk S14. Josh with a big flick entry there.
Amazing job into clip one there.
Incredible, yeah, very good job so far. So Josh really swinging that S14 out. A little bit shallower on 2 than I think the judges would like to see. Getting 3 very nicely, getting 4 very nicely with a nice jet of flame out of the back of the car there.
On the left foot brake there to settle the car into Luna. As he puts the power down, really making that car work there.
Yeah, the 1.5 Jez under the bonnet there, treating him very nicely and across the line.
Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, very good run there from Josh Dunning. Absolutely, really showing why he's a talented driver. Absolutely, also one of the most chill, nice guys as well. Really good dude. Got a lot of time for Josh and his sister Evie and Duncan and all those guys. Real great people. Really real assets to the sport. So as Mr. Super Stanton now sits on the line.
We've got high hopes for Stanton. He did absolutely amazing here, as I said earlier, at round number 1. So can he carry that on into round number 5 and really put some points down on the table in his qualifying run here? A big flick now into clip 1. Really flying in that E36 there through clip 2. Now coming through the Manji section on absolute full tilt. Settles himself lovely into Rollison's on the left foot brake there as he's going around Rollison's. Now into Luna. And as you can see, absolutely foot to the floor. All the smoke out the back of the car. Jamie, what a run from Jamie Stanton.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Super Stanton there. With all the pops and bangs, all the rev limit, all the residents' complaints going on a Monday morning. Absolutely brilliant run there from our Jamie. Really showing why he's kept Harry Kerr honest all the way up. So obviously, I should also mention Will Gibbs jumping himself a long way up the order with an 83. Very good. And Matt Walker, E30 Matt Walker, with an 82.3. So this will be Matt Smith on the line now in the borrowed Kev Florence Team Ronin car. Yeah, Kev obviously watching through the cracks in his fingers.
And if you haven't already, go find them boys. They've got T-shirts for sale. They're beautiful T-shirts. I believe they're £10 a T-shirt. Go hook up them boys and go cop some merch.
Absolutely, I've got one saved for me with my name on it, which is nice. Matt Smith here, hoping that the T-shirt money doesn't have to go on new panels for the S14. But Matt, obviously a very courteous driver normally, but obviously everyone drives the rental cars faster, don't they?
Beautiful into Rogerson's.
Very good. Probably the best line we've seen so far into Rogerson's there. Incredible run so far from Matt Smith. Really wringing that little SR's neck. All 400 horsepower of it, right out to the edge of the circuit and across the line.
Absolutely phenomenal run there.
Who needs a G-force?
And Jamie Stanton coming in, absolutely snipping the top spot with 88.7.
Well clear of Stephen Lynch there by a whole 4 points. Wow.
Absolutely phenomenal there. Little fun fact about Jamie Stanton, every single round so far, no matter where we're coming from, we always end up bumping into him on the travel up here.
Always, absolutely, yeah. Good old Super Stanton. As Joe Smith now sets off. Very good run so far from Joe. Maybe not quite as far out to clip 2 as the judges would like to see, but getting 3 and 4 very nicely. Good angle there, nice and committed there from Joe Smith, letting the car wash out to clip 5, getting the car transitioned around and powering down, get onto Luna Bend at full speed, full angle. Car really singing for Joe and across the line.
Yeah, you got to give it to Joe there. What a run from Joe.
Yeah, Joe Smith currently sitting 23rd with a 71.3. Will he jump up the order?
Oh, and Matt Smith has jumped up and knocked Stephen Lynch down to 3rd place. Matt Smith now coming in with 85.7 in a borrowed car. Got to give it to him there.
Fastest car in the world's a rental, mate.
It is indeed.
As Sonny Moore now sets off. Sonny mid-pack currently, hopefully wanting to improve on that score. 27.64.3.
So absolutely flying now into clip 2. All the smoke, all the angle. Absolutely on it as his bonnet's flapping through the Manji section into Roderson's now. Sets himself up nice, going into Luna. Beautiful stuff now into Luna. On the power, all the smoke. Lovely. Bonnet flapping. Got to give it to Sonny Moore there. What a driver.
My hood's flapping. You got a problem with it?
I won't say the rest of that.
No, probably. That's the only broadcastable bit. Although it's still my favourite FD moment of all time.
Mine too.
The most unflappable man in drifting, Chelsea Denofa, the nicest, smiliest guy, and he resorts to name calling and anger over that. If you want an insight to how cheesed off Denofa was, you just have to see that clip. Yeah. So Carl Ferrano, currently the lowest driver with a qualifying score, 32nd place. We know that's very not like Carl Ferrar. So it's up to Dango to... do you know where the nickname comes from?
I don't actually know.
I'll tell you after the run.
A big flick now from Carl Ferrar as he comes absolutely hammering into clip number 1. Nice transition now. Maybe there's a little bit of a wobble there into transition into clip 2, but really makes it work as he flies through the Manji section now into Roderson's. A little bit of a wobble into Roderson's there, but making it work now into Luna. This is where you see Carl absolutely start to put the power down, to push himself all the way wide out into the wide clip there, across the line.
Yeah, much better run there from Carl Ferrar. I think he'll be a lot happy with that. Not technically the most perfect run, but definitely an improvement on his score. So Carl Ferrar's nickname comes from, apparently when he was a body shop apprentice, the old boys there used to call him Carlo Fandango.
Makes sense.
And then they shortened it just to Dango. And then somebody started up a Facebook page called What Would Dango Do? And he just stuck with it. So
one thing I will say, actually, now that I'm looking at the scoreboard, we have 32 drivers in Pro 1.
We do indeed.
We have a full grid, ladies and gentlemen.
But I think, I could be wrong here, but I think there's actually 33 drivers out to qualify. Somebody's going home.
Somebody's going home, unfortunately. It's a bit of a hard one, that. I mean, it's only one guy that's going back, but...
they should try harder then, shouldn't they?
They should indeed. But yeah, what an achievement for the last round to have a full Pro 1 grid. And Mr. Bennett makes it work into clip number 1, absolutely flying in that 46. Through clip number 2 now, coming through the Manji section, all the smoke, all the power, sets himself up nice on the left foot brake there. A little bit of a wobble now coming through Roderson's into Luna. And back onto power. Really making it work as he pushes himself back out wide and across the line. Beautiful work from
great work there from Baba Bennett. Obviously currently sitting third from the bottom, so he is definitely going to want to bump himself up the order. And so Jack hopefully going to bump himself up a little bit there. I'm seeing a few approving nods from the judges, so hopefully he's gone up the order a touch. As Tom Taverner now sits on the line.
Carl Ferrar does improve on that score. He's got a 67 flat there, putting him into 28th.
Yeah, that should hopefully see him safe for battle action, but I guess we'll see.
And then we have Thomas Taverner stepping up now as he transitions now into clip 2, doing a really beautiful job there. Have they taken that bonnet off that car?
I think they have, yeah. So that would suggest to me maybe it's getting a bit warm, perhaps. Yeah, obviously the car, untested, probably not been flogged anywhere near as hard as this before. So he's
really making it work, though. Really starting to open up the car now as he comes through Luna. Pushing out wide and across the line. Again, you really got to give it to these boys. This car, I was watching the updates over Facebook, watching them build this car. I promise you now, that car wasn't built a week ago. To have that car here mapped and flying like that is, you've got to give them all the props in the world.
Yeah, a lot of late nights, a lot of early mornings for Mark Brown and the first start team.
And then we have Mr. Lynch back out as well, yeah. Psycho Steve. Let's go.
Indeed, hoping to improve on his score, I should think.
So now we have Mr. Matt Shorey on the line in a borrowed car from Matt Girl there. You got to give it to him for lending the car out.
I'll be watching this through the cracks in my fingers.
Nice flick now into clip 1. On full angle there through clip 1. You've got to give it to him there as he transitions now into clip 2. Really making that 350Z work. I'm almost going to say that he's driving that 350Z better than he does his 46. Nice bit of left foot brake there into Roderson's. You've really got to give him this. What is going on from Matt Shorey?
Do you know what?
Wait, give that guy a 350Z. Look at him flying.
Colour me impressed. It's amazing what you can do in the back of your car straight, isn't it?
They do say Rental is the fastest car, and Matt Shorey has just proven that. Fair play to him there.
And a big cheer went up from Matt and Amy Gall over there. So
wow.
They're obviously quite happy with that.
Can I just have a thumbs up if that's his first lap out in that car, please?
Matt Gall, if you can hear us, was that his first lap? I don't know if they've got us from the PA wall. It was his
it
first
was
lap.
his first
Yes,
lap.
okay.
You really got to give him to that. A car that he's never driven before goes out there and puts out an absolute stonker.
How depressing is it that someone else drives your car better than you?
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I think that was the middle one that went up there.
Yeah, it was indeed the middle digit. That's all right. Do you know what? I feel like I deserved it. I'd be interested to see what Matt Matsuri actually wraps up there, because that was quite a run.
Oh, Matt Shaw's put himself into 11th place with an 80.3. Wow,
but now we must
run.
go back to Sweden via Japan via England. Mr. Axel Hildebrand here in the 3-rotor Volvo, really swinging that. Wow, listen to the limiter on that 20B engine there as Axel flies through, locking the back wheels up with those beautiful VSKF wheels on the back, flying through into Luna Bend now, really planting his foot. Axel saying he's getting the competition bug now. He's got a car that he feels confident in. Flying down through the run, tons of smoke, tons of speed, tons of angle, and across the line.
What a run there from Axel. I mean, you've got to give it to him there. 3-rotor Volvo, absolutely shredded, throwing it down. And I'd like to say, I mean, I might put myself on the line here, but I reckon that was one of the best runs of the day.
I reckon so too. I want to know what kind of paint thinner he was huffing when he came up with the idea.
And now we have Matt Shawry back on the line.
So Matt going straight back out for a second run, hopefully keeping the car right side up and not on fire.
And by the looks of things, we only have one more qualifying run after this.
Yes, indeed. I think that was our first qualifier. Will also be our last qualifier. Stephen Lynch was the first run out. It looks like he's fit to be the last run out as well.
Well, all the props to Steve there. As Matt Shawry now leaves the line in this borrowed car, this 350Z. Big flick now as he goes into clip 1. All the power down. Nice angle going through clip 1. And a big transition now into clip 2. Really making that 350Z work. Lovely stuff as he transitions now through the Manji section with the rear bumper flapping off. Absolutely going.
Fortunately, that's a KBD body kit, so it will bend and fold, thank God. It's been knocked off enough times.
As he pushes himself now through Luna, really, really working that 350Z. You've got to give it to him there. Fair play to him.
Round of applause for Matt Matsuri, ladies and gentlemen. And the crowd goes wild.
Crowd goes wild.
Very, very good indeed. So, I tell you what, the props to the guy who painted that. He is, the Painter Matt, as Matt Gell calls him. He's getting plenty of work redoing that rear bumper 300 times.
And now we have Psycho on the line. And I believe he is our final qualification run of the day.
He is indeed our first and our last and our everything.
Well, one thing I will say, Harry, it's been a pleasure being up here and being on this side of the mic. Hopefully, one day I'll be back here again soon.
I think you might well be. So we've got this one run yet. You never know. This might be the absolute most brilliant thing you've ever seen. It might be a swan song, Jarvis. I feel like you should commentate this run completely from start to finish.
I will commentate this run for you. We'll do that. I'll finish off the day. Shall I?
Save my gob. Oh, I tell a lie. We have one more car after Stephen Lynch. We have Jack Gregory out to do a second run. Jack Gregory is, I believe, although he isn't in view, but I do believe Jack has only done one qualifying run.
All right. Sorry. Bubbles. All right, Stephen Lynch now leaving the line. All them headlights flashing all the way as he leaves with limiter, smashing through that AHP gearbox into clip 1. All the angle through clip 1, all the smoke. Beautiful line now through clip 1 into clip 2. Absolutely full beans through the Manji section. All the smoke, all the beans, putting that power right down. Sets himself up lovely with a left foot brake into Roderson's. Pushing himself now wide out into Luna. Clicking up the main HP gearbox gears. Absolutely shredding them tyres. All the smoke. Beautiful run there from Stephen Lynch. What a guy.
Absolutely fantastic run there from Mr. Lynch, the psycho fighter there. Still not fixed that electrical short that happens when he goes onto the rev limiter.
Now, will he top his current score?
That is a very, very good question. That is a very, very good question indeed. Judges apparently not liking it as much as we did. So Stephen Lynch currently still sitting Does sound like his first score is going to be his better score, 84.7 Stephen Lynch, but still puts him in a very, very commanding position there. Third place qualifier, absolutely where he needs to be, definitely.
So I'm just going to run through a few of the scores so far. So in first place currently we have Jamie Stanton with an 88.7. In second place we have Matt Smith with an 85.7. In third place we've currently got Stephen Lynch with an 84.7. In fourth place we've currently got Maximus with an 84.3. Stefan Stefanoff in sixth with an 83.3. Will Gibbs with an absolute flying run with an 83 there, puts him into seventh. In eighth place, we've got Matt Walker with an 82.3. In ninth, we've got Nerejus with an 81.7. And in 10th place, we've currently got the 13-year-old absolute savage driver, Harry Cunliffe, with an 81.3.
Then 11th place, we've got Matt Matsuri in the borrowed 350Z. 12th place, Callum Allenby running an 80 flat. Ryan Burgess, 79.7, 13th place. 14th, Joe Smith with a 79. 15th, Martin Wanacott, also with a 79, but the better average going to Joe Smith. Axel in 16th place, 78.7. Danny Grundy, 77.7 in 17th position. Ben Mears, 77.3, 18th position. 19th is Damian McKernan, all the way from Northern Ireland with a 77 dead. 20th is Kuba Kozlovsky with a 76.3.
And then you've got Chrissy Nailing with a 20 in 21st with a 75.3. And 22nd, we've got Aidan there with a 75 in his nice S13. 23rd, we've got Trevor Farman with a 72.7. 24th, you've got Just Dunning with a 71.7. 25th, we've got Sonny Moore, absolutely flying one from Sonny Moore, 71.3. 26th, we've got Bartek and his beautiful orange E46 supercharged at 70.7. 27th, we've got Jamie Briggs with a 70.3. 28th, we've got Andrea with a 67.7. The man himself, 29th, Carl Farrar, 67, dead. Jack Bennett coming in 30th with a 66.3. 31st, we've got Jack Gregory with a 62.7. And to finish it off in 32nd, we've got Thomas Taverner in that freshly built car, 57.3. Well done, guys.
Yeah, so commiserations to Matthew Walker, the only man not making the cut, sadly. Obviously, Matt in a borrowed car, absolutely no seat time in it. Very, very sad way to end Matt Walker's day, obviously. I'm sure it would have been very, very triumphant in the S14.
And you still got
there. I tell you, we're not quite over here. Jack Gregory is coming out for his second qualifying run. Obviously, wanting to improve on his first score. Do a bit of a preliminary tyre warming there. He does know you don't get scored for this bit, right?
We get told in briefing not to do that.
So obviously, Jack missing the bit in briefing where you get told not to drift on your outlap. So yeah, Jack Gregory gonna come out and clock in one last run. So obviously, Jack is entitled to 2 runs like every driver. Did go out after his first.
Jack currently sat in 31st with a 62.7, so can he improve on that score?
Yeah, he'll want to bump that. I would imagine he's gone in, readjusted some stuff, maybe softened the shocks, changed tyre pressures, you know, taking a bit of advice from Jamie Harmer.
The amount of smoke coming out of that burnout box, I can imagine he has dialed a lot of grip into that car.
Oh, yeah, I imagine that thing will be gripped up to the 9s. Anyway, Jack Gregory's got it spun up, and he's leaving the starting line hard. Jack with a big weight transfer entry there, big feint across to clip 1, but has to sort of gather the car up a little bit, which is not exactly what the judges want to see. Powering out now to clip 2, nice and wide, onto the outside line, bringing the car in, transitions it left, transitions it right. Almost backwards into Rogerson's corner there. Oh, but stalls the car.
On for the fans,
loses the momentum there, unfortunately, loses a bit of wheel speed, has to back out of it, but now got the car back on some, coming round Luna Bend. Unfortunately, with a big flicking like that, Javis, you either end up a hero or a zero.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, that was more of a run for the fans, unfortunately. They probably would have hurt his score a little bit with the amount of angle he put into Rogerson's there. But overall, really, really nice run from him, and one for the fans, that one.
Yeah, definitely. May well have just bumped up the order a tiny little bit, but we'll have to see. No, so it sounds like Jack Gregory is going to stay where he is in 62.7, but it doesn't matter because he's in the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for us for qualifying. We'll be back with you guys very shortly for battle. So, Javis, I'm going to say thank you very much for your...
No, thank you, and thank you to all the Driftline team and Gordon for putting on such an amazing event. It's been a pleasure to be up here, and thank you.
So, Javis, thank you very much for your time today, man. Please go and have some time with your partner and children.
I will.
And I'm going to get a bloke who's here on his own, because he wants some company, to take over for you for the battles. I will introduce him in due course.
Brilliant.
Thanks very much, man.
Thank you,
Good
Harry.
talking
Thanks for
to
having
you.
me up here.